real numbers. So now in real numbers, we all know that real number is divided into two parts. That is, one is your rational numbers and other is your irrational numbers. So the combination of both rational and irrational is nothing but called as real numbers. So we have learned it in class 9th that rational numbers, beginning with our rational numbers, we have our natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? The numbers that begins with 1, 2, 3, so on till infinity, right? So second is our whole numbers, that is the numbers that begins with 0, 1, 2, so on till infinity. Then third, we have our integers, that is, what are integers? Integers are those numbers that is a collection of both positive and negative numbers. Yes, so we have already learned it in class 9th about our number line. So to the middle we have our 0 and to the right of 0 we have all the positive numbers and they are extending till infinity. And to the left of the 0 we have all our negative numbers that are extending till minus infinity. So all the numbers, okay, all the positive and negative numbers including 0 are termed as integers. Now we have again one more last number and that is nothing but our rational numbers. So we have learned it already in class 9. What are rational numbers? The numbers which can be represented in the term P by Q, where P and Q both are integers, right? They both should be integers. And the very important condition is what? That the denominator, that is, what is my denominator? Here the denominator is Q, right? So this Q should not be equal to 0. This is the very important thing for defining rational numbers. So what are rational numbers, children? So rational numbers are the numbers which can be expressed in the term P by Q, where both P and Q are integers and the denominator Q should not be equal to 0. So what is the main conditions over here? So when you are going through all these numbers, that is our natural number, whole number, integers and rational numbers, the very important thing is that you can express all our natural numbers, all our whole numbers, all our integers as rational numbers. So this all we have learned it in class 9th. So now the other different category of real number is my irrational numbers. So what are irrational numbers? The same definition, but difference is only that the numbers which cannot be expressed, you know. So the numbers which cannot, so the word cannot is coming here, which cannot be expressed in the term P by Q. So what is the condition here? The number which cannot be expressed in the term P by Q, where both P and Q belong to integers and the condition here is Q should not be equal to 0. Okay. So how you can differentiate what are rational and what are irrational numbers? So the simple way of differentiating irrational number is the irrational numbers are always under root, right? So all the numbers which come under roots, so if I am saying root 2, root 3, root 5, root 6, root 7, etc., they all are nothing but irrational numbers. So always remember this very important condition. What is the very important condition? The combination of rational and irrational number are called as real numbers. So this basic thing is very important to proceed to our next topic, right? So now I have told about all these things, so it's very necessary that you go through these all things. I have already given you 2 attachments and there you are getting the definitions of natural number, whole numbers. even number, odd number, what are prime numbers, what are co-prime, composite numbers, what are co-prime numbers. So when you are preparing the notes for these all things, please do prepare the notes and start your chapter with these all terms, explain these all terms, and then we are going to go with our new topic, right? So before we start our new topic, again I am coming back to two more important terms, that is nothing but HCF and LCM, right? So we all are aware of the term HCF and LCM. What are HCF? What are LCM? What is HCF? HCF is nothing but highest common factor, right? So you can also tell it as greatest common divisor, GCD. So it can be expressed either you tell it as HCF or either you tell it as GCD. They both are correct. So what is HCF? The greatest number which divides each of the two or more numbers. So we have learned it in lower classes also, children, that the greatest number which is dividing, which is dividing one or two numbers. For example, if I take a very simple example, for example, we are having three numbers 4, 6 and 8. So how are you going to find the HCF of the given number 4, 6 and 8? What you do? You can write 4 as 2 into 2. You can write 6 as 3 into 2. And you can write what? 8 as 4 into 2. Right? Yes. So now in this, what is the common number? The greatest number which is common in all the three factors. Right? So the number is 2. So what you can say? You can say that the HCF, the greatest number which is dividing all these three, number 4, 6 and 8 is nothing but 2. Right? So this you have learned it. Now there are two ways of finding the HCF of any given positive numbers. Okay. So you have learned it lower classes that the way, the first method is by prime factorization method, right? It is prime factorization method, and the second is your by division method. So these both methods, you are aware of these two methods, right? So by prime factorization method and by division method, right? So what is my prime factorization method? What is my prime factorization method? For example, if I am here, I need to find the HCF of two numbers. For example, let us take 60 and 75. So now you can easily take 60, right? So 60, if I do,